June.
Yeah.
Well. Apparently we are live. And welcome to the Modelers Friday Night Live Show. Good to have you all here. If you guys are here, throw us a little text in the chat. Say you're here, say hello. It would be nice to know who is joining us tonight. Right. Now, for my first trick, obviously I would like to introduce the crew. See me.
I've not gone live yet.
I haven't either.
Oh, it says live here. And
Oh, yeah, we are. Yeah, I'll just rebooting.
that's live in 35 minutes.
No, we're live. We're live.
Okay, are we? Okay, it's just we are live. Okay,
We just appeared.
All right, I'm playing back the sound, so we should be all right.
That's how we know we're live, because
Yeah,
Roland's playing back.
There's always one.
exactly. Right, today we have here with us. I'll go from as you see it on the screen. We have Alan with us. Alan, obviously,
Good evening.
is our statistician and does all weird and wonderful things, everything we need him to do. We'll let him normally know 2 minutes before the time. Then we have me, Roland, or Model Kit Beginner. You guys know me. Then we have PJ, Master Model Builder, experienced, and obviously the man to ask all the difficult questions, which I see you have done. So that's good to see. And then obviously we have Dan from the Dan Cave, Dan Croak, and he is a man with the summer haircut, which you can see over here. He certainly tries to stay cool. Apparently it's quite warm where you guys are. It's quite cool where I am.
I wasn't quite brave enough to go quite that short down this time. But...
Quite 11 degrees.
Aerodynamic.
Yeah, aerodynamic. Yeah.
I'm saying nothing.
Well, what we do is give you guys a quick overview of what we are busy with. We are actually also modelers to a degree. And so, Alan, what are you up to?
I've been still battling with the Williams Mansell Red 5 car. I say it is getting there slowly, so it's sort of looking more like a car now. It's married up with the engine and gearbox, and I'm sort of working on electronics, let's say, at the moment, or ECUs and fuel systems and the like at the moment.
All right.
It's keeping me busy.
It certainly is. It certainly is. I'm sure it does. Well, I'm busy with I'm busy with the Porsche 911 that's behind me. I primed it. That needs to get color. So while that all needed to dry last week, I started with a Ford GT right over here, which is a very interesting kit. And
is that the Tamiya one?
Tamiya one, yes.
Yeah, nice kit.
It's a very strange kit. It's not what I'm used to. Normally building monogram and AMT kits, stuff actually fits. So that is quite strange to work with that. But yeah, I have lots of fun putting this together. So this is getting ready for priming pretty shortly. But before I do that, I'm gonna get some colors. I have put the 2K on the body of the 911, and now the other parts need to get some color. Sorry?
I was going to say, have you glued the back wings on?
Have I glued my back wings on?
Yeah, the wings, the two side wings on the Ford GT. The two body sides that come over the top. There's two parts.
Looks like I have, yes.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, because when you come to spray, you've got to get down between them. It's a bit difficult.
Oh, great.
but it's probably better that than try and deal with the seams
after
you paint.
Yeah, that's I orientated myself on the instruction sheet, and so and I looked at it again, and I hope I will get it. We'll get it on the chassis, I'm sure. Otherwise, I just ask you how to do it. PJ, what are you busy with? You always have.
I've got several things on the go at the minute. I'm still waiting for the decals from Hong Kong for the Yamaha bike that I'm building over there. I've also got on the go a 124, excuse me, Hasegawa Lancia Stratos Safari Rally thing. I've got to put the decals on 2K and then put everything to get it done. So it should be done by Saturday. I'm
Yeah.
also working on which it's built. I just need to do the weathering on the 1 to 500 space battleship Yamato.
Oh yes, oh yes.
Is over
Oh,
there.
looking forward. Yeah.
I've been waiting for a couple of components for that. That's in. I can get on with that. And the major project, which quite a number of people will be aware of, is and you'll see in the what we're building section, is I'm scratch building a 1 to 250 USS Defiance from Deep Space Nine.
Yes.
So that's going to be a very long-term project. That's going to take several months to bring to fruition.
Months. Very long-term project for you is 2 weeks. Don't come here with
Did you say
that's because they're already like parts are made and stuff. This isn't. I've got to actually make the parts of this.
Yeah, that's what I could accept 7 weeks. You know, 7 days, but like 7 months.
I didn't say 7. I said several.
Oh,
I
several.
said several.
Several is several.
No, it's several. That's more than one.
Peter, next week, please.
Yeah,
On my desk.
So yeah,
it's looking cool, that is, as well, in all fairness.
So yeah, so I've got quite a few things to keep me busy. So.
Oh, that's great. Now we're gonna have a look at that just now. Dan, what are you up to?
I feel ashamed of my paltry 2 kits on the go at the moment. Wow. So right on my bench at the moment, I've got the Airfix 72nd scale Bowfighter.
That was slick how you did that.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's technology for you.
Professional.
That's like an hour or 2 away from being finished.
Very cool.
And
very
good,
cool.
mate. That's really good.
So it's got a little bit of glass to go in, and then like the UHF, VHF wiring for the aerial. And that's about it. It's pretty much done. And other than that, I need to get back to the Renault RE20, which has not really moved on since last month.
I just want to say that's a long-term project, isn't it?
Yeah. I kind of decided to do it in between other things, or other things have gotten in, and
yeah, they always do.
I've kind of switched around. So I mean, the main chassis is all pretty much done. I need to finish the radiators, and then the chassis is done. Then I can move on to the engine. All the bodywork's all done from previous steps. So it's probably not actually that far away from being done. I just need a couple of clear weekends run at it and not get distracted by other things.
Yeah. Obviously difficult at summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah. And while you're talking, Dan, why don't you take us to the chat quickly?
I can indeed. I could find it on screen again. Oh, there it is. Who put that there?
Whatever.
No.
YouTube.
Oh, yes, that's right. Our wonderful service providers.
Pretty good at that. Yeah.
Brought to you tonight by the Alphabet Company's offering of YouTube.
Yeah.
Or whoever they are. So first in the door is Roland himself with a welcome to the show. A very early 6:24 p.m. He's been waiting for ages for us to start.
I'm sitting here since then.
Yeah. When will these guys ever get on the stream? Followed quite a while later by Nigel T, who says, hello, folks.
Nigel.
Oh, Nigel.
Hey, Nigel.
Alan Parker himself is in with a good evening, everyone.
Who?
Yeah. The person we don't talk about.
Yeah. That one. Yeah, that one. Yeah. I'll learn left from right eventually. Follow swiftly by our very own hangout buddy, Mr. Mark Runciman, who says evening one and all.
Hey, Mark. Good to have you.
And then, as always, and without this, we'd be lost, the time zone friendly greeting of the week from PJ Lewis with a good morning, afternoon, evening, all you wonderful modelers. Time for more of this nonsense then. Yay. You better believe it.
Yep.
A couple of hellos to others from Mark. Sean White's in as well, saying good evening, crew and chat.
Sean.
How's it, Sean?
Quinn Star Scale Models. Andy is in saying good evening, all.
Yep, Andy.
And all the troublemakers were, aren't they? You can see this.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Look who's next, Peter Milgate.
Yay!
The enforcer himself.
Yeah.
The man with the power to lock you up for crimes you didn't even know you committed, Mr. Peter Milgate.
That's him. That's him.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, and then of course myself, I'm here. The Dutch destroyer is in. Dominique Cocu. Good evening.
Dom.
Hey,
Dom.
Dominic.
I don't.
Dutch.
Yeah, just got that one.
And then we have Dale Mac 3D, who's in saying good evening, everyone. Well,
Yep,
good evening, Dale.
New name, that isn't it?
How's it?
It is a new name. Yep.
Hello,
Yeah.
Dale.
Feel free to introduce yourself in the chat. Tell us a bit more about you, what you do, what you build.
How much money you've got in your bank account?
Yeah,
When you
because
can give
Alan
it to
will help you
us, so
spend
we
it.
can buy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Rolf Schmidt is in saying hello all together. Hey, Rolf.
Also known as Willy Messerschmidt.
Peter Milgate says live, the irony.
Those three are live. I'm not.
Exactly.
I'm just a recording.
Pre-recorded AI bot.
That's it.
Could you imagine? No.
No, don't go with that.
Then Skynet would go live. And then Wayne Saunders is in saying evening, guys.
How's it, Wayne?
Hi, Wayne.
And then speaking of troublemakers, it's the one, the only, the never to be forgotten, the head honcho at Marsh Models, the one and only Jamie Beat with evening, you bunch of smashers.
Hey.
Look at that.
Yeah, Jamie, mate. How you doing, buddy?
Speaking of legends, Rob 1970s in saying evening all, how's it hanging?
Hi, Rob.
Good. How's it, Rob?
David Race is in saying evening guys from comfortable Cornwall, only 20 degrees 70 Fahrenheit for our
That's positively winter.
centigrade challenged colleagues, friends.
That's why I'm dressed like this. That's winter in Cape Town.
Mark Bride is in saying evening all, have a good show. Been a bit quiet at my bunch since the last show. Bench, I guess.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that, Mark. You need to sort that out. Another legend, this time from the other side of the world. Shane himself is in saying, evening people, long time no see. Work and health got in the way. Well, I hope work stops getting in the way, and I hope health is not too much of a problem and it's heading in the right direction.
Improving.
Good to have you back, buddy.
Stuart Reed is in saying, evening guys.
Hey,
Stuart.
How you doing, buddy?
Mark says, Michelle says hi and hopes to be in shortly.
Hey, yeah, we're waiting for
Good
Michelle.
to hear.
Hey, Michelle.
Shorty.
Is Michelle joining us tonight then?
Yeah.
Pete's in a load of people in chat, as is Mac 3D. Peter Milgate says, lovely that stripy thing, Dancy. He's an expert in aviation, Pete.
The
What the crew called it as well, the stripy thing.
stripy thing, yeah.
Graham French is in saying evening to all in chat. Good to see you, Graham.
Hi, Graham.
Wayne Holmes is in with a hi all. Hope everyone's well.
Hey.
Oh, Wayne.
And Paul Windmill is in saying hi, Alan, Roland, PJ, and Dan.
Hi, Paul.
Hey,
How you
long
doing, mate?
time no see.
Long time no
Hope you're
see.
doing well.
Good to have you, buddy.
Yeah. I say Paul's jumped in the clubhouse a couple of times over this last week. It's been
Oh,
nice.
has he? Oh, has he? Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's
He's getting back into the hobbies. Had a bit of a hectic life.
Yeah, good to see him again.
Yeah.
Getting his cave sorted and getting back in. Yeah. Talking of the clubhouse as well. I mean, does people know that they can join us of an evening during the day and things in the Scale Fanatics clubhouse? The link to join is on the Scale Fanatics Facebook page.
Well, you know what they do now.
They do, yeah. They do.
Awesome.
Philip H is in, ready to start some poor quality baiting as usual. Good evening, gentlemen, and the very senior citizen PJ.
Yeah, there's a follow-on just a bit further.
I know. I saw.
Yeah.
And then Steve's in saying good evening all. Hey Steve.
Hello, Steve. Good to have you, buddy.
And then Philip H. PJ, how are you feeling with the loss of your winter fuel allowance?
When we get to winter, I'll let you know. I'll come cap in hand, Philip. So
and that's about as much as we need to say on topics of politics and world.
Absolutely. No politics. Yeah.
No.
We try and remain friends. Try.
In the opposite word.
Paul Wimble says, yeah, I'm coming back, so watch out.
Oh, God, there's Hey,
it-
Michelle's
and there
here.
we go.
Hey,
Michelle's
Michelle.
in saying, hey.
Yay,
Hey, Michelle.
No, Michelle.
Star turn. Star turn.
Good to see you. So we know Mark is in check at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Excellent,
There we go.
excellent, excellent.
really,
All
really
caught
good.
up. All caught up.
That's fantastic, fantastic. Good to have you all here. Thanks for saying hello. Always good to know who's here. And for what was it, Dave Max 3D? Dale, sorry, Dale.
Yeah.
Dale Max 3D. Let us know where you're from. That's always good to know.
Yeah.
We have.
And
in
what
the
type of
chat.
modeling? What type of modeling do you like to do?
Yes, yes. Yes. But we give you a little bit of time, which is should be the time Alan needs to tell us a little bit more of what you guys have bought. We for those who are not familiar with this, we have different sections, which we always have on our Facebook page. And I will put the links of the Facebook page and obviously of the Scale Modelers Hangout and Scale Modelers Facebook page. I will put that all once this live show goes out, once we are finished and it is on the channel. I will put that in the description. So you can then pop over and have a look. And I also normally, or we all share it on different Facebook pages. If you have a Facebook page where you want to have that shared when we once a month get to meet the sections, that kind of stuff, then you obviously let us know and we will happily share that on your Facebook page as well. There are different sections which we're going to have a look at. We're going to have a look at what have you bought. We're going to have a look at what are you busy with. We're going to have a look at what have you finished, which is always very interesting. We're going to have a look at PJ's who has questions for the group. And then PJ always has a very insightful question, which he puts out there for you to comment on. And obviously you can comment on that on the Facebook page as some of you have, and we obviously can discuss it now live here as well. So just put it in the chat if you have anything to say about that. But I think always a good way to start is to see what you guys have bought. And we certainly, I find it always very inspiring stuff, which I didn't even think about. So Alan, why don't you take that away and show us what the guys have bought?
There you go. I hope that's sharing, guys.
It is indeed.
Yes, yeah.
So first off this month, we have Brendan, and he says, hey guys, my recent purchases are an AMT 125th surf wagon from Super Hobby in Durban, who are the official importers of the round 2 models. Okay. I'm planning to do this on a beach scene similar to the Dodge Surf I did last year and was featured on this show. It's the one with the airbrushed wave artwork. Oh yeah, I remember that one. Yes. That was very good, that one as well. Next is the Acrylios Vallejo dry brush set purchased from Supernova Studio in Durban as well. I had to wait a while for these because their first shipment was sold out before I could get one. So I had to wait for the resupply to arrive in SA.
South Africa.
South Africa. Okay. Lastly are the riveting wheel sets and handles from Galaxy Model. I ordered these direct from them. Prices are good and service was efficient as I received the items 7 days after placing my order. Just a note, if you do order from them, international orders are shipped by courier services. No other shipping or postage services are used. I enjoy the show, so keep up the great work. Right, thank you very much for your kind words. So
Yes,
there's the surf wagon.
I love it. Brendan, just a question. Super Hobby in Durban, do they have an online presence? Let us know if you are online and in the chat. Let us know. I would love to know, because if they have something like that for 350 Rand, boy, I will be all in.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's cool, doesn't it? And then he's got his dry brush set
That's
there.
a bargain. Bloody hell.
I mean, I don't know what that is when it transfers.
That's 15. That's £15 sterling.
Indeed, it is.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap, isn't it? And then those are the riveting wheels there, which I take it are like pinwheels. I would imagine you just roll it over the surface and it leaves a depression, is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like a Rosita riveter.
Oh, very cool, anyway, Brendan. Very cool.
Next up, we have look for that. What was it?
Lovely stuff.
Next up, we have Mark. He says, "Hi crew. Other than buying the usual stock of paints and other replacement accessories, I've only got 2 new kits. That's 2 more than me, Mark. Both are by Airfix. First is a 148 English Electric Caribbean PR9.
Canberra.
Canberra, is it? Canberra, is it? Okay, then yeah, PR9. I was given a completed one when I was a kid, and when this was sale at half price at a recent model show, it was brought. Looks pretty cool, to be fair, as well. I think
Very
that's
cool.
quite an old kit with Airfix, that one, I'm assuming, then, is it?
I would assume so, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty old. Pretty. Not sure there's any alternative to it in 48 scale, so it's got quite a cult following. So there's plenty of aftermarket out there for it.
Or do you mind that's going to be fairly large in 48 as well?
Oh yeah.
Should be a biggie.
And then next up, it says second kit was a raffle prize at the same show for a price of £1 for 5 tickets. It's the Airfix 135th German Tiger 1 late version.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, you're getting into tank building, Mark. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
I would build that.
The Academy kit.
I wouldn't know. Quite probably, I'd have to check up on
Yes.
scale, mate. But you can't complain for £1, can you? So
The person who will know is in the chat.
yes,
His name is Panzercat. He's an armor expert.
there we go. We'll wait for him to pipe up. Next up is Richard. He says picked up a few things this month. First up with a massive Tamiya 1/6 Honda African Twin. Bought part started with no decals, but worth a shot for 20 quid. Wow.
Wow.
Also, yeah, that's like they're retailing for around £300 now, aren't they?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
What
Yeah,
scale
they're
is
not
it?
cheap.
It's 1/6.
1/6.
1/6. Wow.
It's huge, yeah. And you also got a Need for Speed test kit for the 124th Tamiya R34 GTR and some decals from scaling details. It finally picks up the Revell 125th 49 Mercury, which looks like a lovely kit.
Mm.
That is a steal. 20 quid, that Africa Twin, started or not. That is
Absolutely.
a steal, absolute steal. Let's have a look. Next up, this is the custom wide body kit for the R34. Looks pretty cool. Plenty of parts in that, isn't there?
Panzer's
yeah.
just confirmed that it is a reboxing of the Academy kit.
Thank you, Panzer.
Yeah.
And also
From 1990.
Richard is a load of decals. Look,
All right.
this,
Wow.
Yeah.
make some models and things.
Drift King. I love it. The
Yeah.
Burger King logo called Drift King.
And
Very
there's the 49
wow, like that.
Mercury. Isn't that cool?
Oh, they really. Oh yeah, that's a reissue. I know that kit. That's actually not a bad kit at all.
Mm.
It's got flames on, so it's got to be good.
Exactly. Exactly.
And that's it from Richard this month.
Flames approved.
Next up is our very own Mr. Dan Croak. And he says, special hobby, 172nd SIAI Marchetti, is it?
Yep.
Marchetti SF260. And the Valum 172nd Avro Anson C19.
So a couple of playing kits then.
Back in 172, huh? That's
A couple of playing kits.
Both with the Irish Air Corps birds. Okay. So I take it these are from when you were a youngster, Dan. Is it?
Yeah, of sorts. So
Yeah.
So the SF260 is relatively recent aircraft used as a kind of basic trainer.
yeah.
But the Anson is a little bit older. But they did used to have one in the actual Air Corps Museum as well.
Okay, cool.
But prior to this release, I think the only one that was ever available was an Aero Club vac form version, which you needed the Airfix kit as a donor for the wings, and then you got an Aero Club vac form fuselage, I think. So it was nice to see one in injection molded.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Are they going to be built soon or?
I'm quite tempted to build the Anson, actually.
Have fun with those windows.
It also came a 172nd decals for some Aer Lingus subjects for Max decals. Okay.
All right.
So again, Max Decals it's an Irish guy called Joe Maxwell. He's made decals for Irish subjects for years, but he's not done anything for a long time. So this was the first set he's brought out in a long time. So
Good to see. I love it.
Are those home produced decals then, Dan, or are they?
no, they're professionally screen printed. They're really, really good.
Cool. Which one of those particular aircraft have you got there? The C47.
I've got none of them at the moment.
Oh, right, okay.
But the DC3, the lower one, you can
Yeah,
just pick up the current Airfix kit, which is a good kit in itself. So
Top one, that's a transporter, is it? So
yeah, Bristol
the-
Freighter.
the front opens, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That'd be interesting kit to do.
Cool.
Indeed.
That's it all from yourself. Next up, we've got Sean. He says, "Hey guys, work's been insanely busy, so barely been home for weeks on end, let alone in the model cave, so only 2 purchases were made this month. The Revell 125th 69 Camaro SS was an Amazon Prime Day bargain at £13. You can't.
Oh, that's a bargain.
And the UT Models 124th Opel Calibra was a very nice auction win. That's who is that? That's not a reboxing of the Tamiya, is it?
I didn't think so.
Yeah, because I mean, the only other Calibra I can think of was the Tamiya ones, and they were always
Yeah.
hard to come by.
I used to own a Calibra. Just thought I'd mention it.
Yeah, I've owned 2 PJ.
Why am I not surprised?
Yes.
Very nice.
Good
Yeah,
car.
cool cars. Yeah, cool cars.
Weird. That's not. I can't find that listed on ScaleMates.
Can you not? Very strange. Next up, we've got Willie, and he says, "I couldn't resist to buy a few books. Went over to the UK for an air show at the Shuttleworth collection. They've got some nice ones there as well. We've got Happy Landings, Fairy Battle, Bristol M1, Sopwith Dove,
Aeronautic and nonsense.
Willie, and he says, "I couldn't resist to buy a few books when." And who's playing me back then? That'll be Roland, is it? And then Burley up to Spitfire. I can't even say that. Was it Blair Riot? Is it Blair Riot? I can't.
Blairio.
Yeah, or whatever that word is. Looks
Spitfire.
Spitfire. Oh, so that's yeah. Find the historic. Okay. Spitfire. Who's playing me back? So that was it Blair Riot? Is it Blair Riot? I can't.
Blairio. Who's playing back?
Roland, whatever that word is. Looks
Spitfire.
Roland.
What?
You're playing back.
Us back.
Impossible.
It's not.
No, it's very possible.
From Willie, he said, "I rewarded myself for some for my tetanus refresher vaccination with this special hobby 172nd Western Whirlwind." Like a little
Very,
cool plane.
very cool. I love that. That's a cool plane.
2 spruce, can't be bad, can it?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Remember the day.
And what else we got? Oh, something here from our very own Mr. Rowlands. What have you been buying, Rowlands?
Oh, here we go.
The Lotus Esprit Turbo.
Esprit.
Spree, yeah, 1966 Olds 442 from Monogram, and the Corvette 60 from Revell for me this month.
Was that the S2 Lotus? I think it is the S2, isn't it?
Yeah,
because it's got the rounded corners that's on
Yeah.
the bumper. So.
bumpy.
It's the American version. They have this funny bumper, and the other turbo in '81. They had a slide change in body.
Yeah.
That's the off-road version, that one as well, is it, Roland?
Yeah.
Don't buy those wheel arches.
That
It's
box
way too
art.
high. We have to lower the suspension on that one. They are known that that kit is too high. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does not do it justice, that box art.
No.
Yeah.
And if I was going to have a Corvette, that would be the only one I'd have, to be honest. That's a beautiful Corvette.
It's,
It always makes me think of the Kindig one they did.
yeah, he's done his own version, hasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. And then, yeah, the 1966 Oldsmobile, yeah, that's cool. Some cool little models there.
Oh,
Roland.
what two?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My
What else
drug
you got
dealer.
yourself? Also 3 hobby knives and 100 number 11 blades.
Yeah. From a
Cool.
popular Chinese retailer, and they are doing fine. They are fine.
As long as
Sharp.
they do the job.
Sharp, indeed.
Oh, yeah, I bet they can all draw blood, can't they?
Sorry?
I said, I bet they can all draw blood.
Yeah, they can all draw blood.
Right then, next up we've got our Mr. Millgate, and we had to give Pete some lessons on posted on Facebook earlier on, but we've got that sorted now for next time. It says, couple of offerings to the modelling gods received this month. A 112 scale Tamiya Ferrari Enzo with assorted detail upsets, along with a 1/72 Felionstowe flying boaty thing, because I can't afford the winged up wings version.
What's he think?
So first up, yes, he's got himself the 112 Ferrari Enzo.
Nice.
That is a cool kit.
It is. I say, yeah, we'll have to do a buddy build on this one, Pete. Definitely.
I want one. I want one.
What Pete hasn't put there, which I know he's also got because I got it for him when I got one for mine, is the full carbon set for it as well. So
Of
I've got
course.
yeah, it's got the full.
Of course you did.
Of
12
course, when Alan is involved, there will be a full carbon kit, no doubt about it.
Yeah, but yeah, some nice detail upsets with that as well. But it's a beautiful kit. Beautiful kit. And next up is his boaty thing.
Oh, love it.
Oh, a flying boaty thing.
Boom.
I love it. Oh,
That is
isn't
pretty
it
cool to be fair.
beautiful?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but good luck with those stripes.
All I'm going
Yeah.
to say with that one, Pete, is look at that rigging.
Oh yeah, lovely rigging. Lots and lots of rigging.
Oh,
No.
wow.
And then in 172, at least it's not too small.
I hope those stripes aren't decals.
So I saw a guy on YouTube doing rigging on a 72nd scale biplane like that. And he came up with a very interesting method. He made his own turnbuckles out of copper wire by basically making a little loop and just twisting it round.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he would feed the thread through the turnbuckle. And then he was using basically stretched plastic cotton buds as a ferrule to then slide both ends of the thread into a little drop super glue. Looked really neat way to do it in 72nd scale.
Okay.
Obviously, it's hard to get plastic cotton buds these days.
Yes.
Basically, you'd need hollow tube to do it the way he did it. But very good method.
I suppose you could use brass tube or something similar, couldn't you, Dan?
Yeah, you could, yeah.
Interesting kit. Interesting kit. Interesting to see him build that.
Yeah, I would love to see that build. That looks very interesting.
Yeah, I think he should do that after his 250.
I think you should do it now. Just drop everything. Just do it now.
Yes, just do it now so we can see.
At least get it part way started, like his FW14. Saying nothing. Okay. Next up is Graham French. It says, "Hi guys, a few purchases in June and July. 3 C1 models Ford Escorts.
Nice.
Wow. A Tamiya Escort Cosworth, Toyota T864, a Ford Model T from ICM, which will be used to build a bit of a special project.
All right.
Also, my first truck kit, a Scania, and lastly, a set of rally car service crew figures. Thanks for looking. Stay safe and take care, Graham." That's cool.
Let's see a Model T. Oh, that's maybe still coming
That'll
up.
be on the next picture, I think.
Okay.
The 3 C1 Mark II Escorts, the Toyota, and the Cozzy.
Yeah.
I wonder, are you going to build those all as the RS2000s? Or are you going to do like them? Because one of them was the Harrier as well, wasn't it? They did the Harrier as well, which was based on the same body, wasn't it, as the RS2000, which a lot of people don't.
yeah.
Well, they're cool, nice models. And this, I'm assuming.
Oh, yeah.
See,
I actually built that Model T before.
Yeah.
A bit fiddly, but you can build it. It's nice. Once it's finished, very nice.
and then the Italieri Scania, which I think Dan Scattergood is building one of those at the moment, isn't it? Is it Scania he's building?
Are you right?
Can't remember, mate. Can't remember.
Cool models anyway, Graham. Cool models.
Sure.
And I believe that is it for this month. So back to the studio, as they say.
Right.
Right, I can see that now, PJ. I'll try and do something about it. You should have said something.
Yep.
No, I didn't want to interrupt while you were going.
Very, very cool. Very cool.
Excellent.
So,
we catch up with the chat.
Yeah.
yes. Well, why not?
So Dale came in, said, so I've interacted with PJ on various streams.
Yeah, I remember he's been on a couple of streams that I frequent, late night, early morning ones. So in America. So
I was going to try and cover for you and say your memory's not quite what it used to be.
no. It's just that it doesn't go by that handle when he's in the other streams.
There we go. So yeah, prints and paints Star Wars models and the occasional plastic kit based in the UK. Well, welcome aboard.
Oh,
Philip H is not sure who has the sharper haircut, Dan or Alan.
I think
Mine's
probably
mine's
equal. Probably equal.
mine's definitely shorter,
Yeah, I'll give you that.
and mine's over a week old. So
Yeah, mine's only a day or so old. So
Dom
me and
saying,
Roland are saying nothing.
yeah, exactly. Dom saying hello to Dale. Graham McRobert is in saying evening.
Hey.
How's everybody
Hey,
tonight?
Graham.
Hey, Graham. Panzer Cat, of course, is in with Meow.
Hi, Panzer.
Right back at you. Digsby's in as well, saying sorry I'm late. Trust all are well.
Good.
The other area.
We'll forgive you this one time.
Stephen Burns is in saying evening all. I'm at work and watching in between jobs.
That's the way to do it, Stephen.
Exactly. Exactly. Hard work pays off in the future. Laziness pays off now. A couple of hellos to each other. Yeah, Panzer saying it is indeed a reboxing the Academy kit.
I looked it up.
Gray McRobert asking how much is the bike. They're quite expensive, them Africa Twins.
Yeah.
The one he got was a bargain. Hugh Gordon's in saying evening, folks.
Hi, Hugh.
How's
that? More hellos to each other. Paul Christopher's in saying evening, fellow modelers. Hey,
Hi, Paul.
How's it, Paul?
Panzer Cat says PJ Billy Connolly used to drink Calibra. No, wait, that was Caliber. Dominique says you may forward 1966.
You come and fetch it, Dominic. You come and fetch it.
Brandon's in saying evening all. Thumbs up.
Hi, Brandon.
Hi,
Hey,
Brandon.
Brandon. Hope you're doing well. Peter Millgate says I lost my carbon, so I'll need to use LP5. Same thing.
Same thing. Yeah.
Mark says he likes the Toyota Celica. Panzer Cat says apparently it's only cotton busts that come with the paper stalks. Nail teeth from manicurists have nail teeth from manicurists still have hollow plastic handles. Ooh, interesting to know.
Yeah, for the rigging of the small planes.
Yeah, so the guy literally just melted like stretched sprue, and you know, because when you melt hollow tube, it stays hollow. So
alternatively, you can get Easy Line.
No, he was using Easy Line as the actual rigging, but he was using the hollow tube as a ferrule to go on the end of it.
Yeah.
So he could basically wrap it through the eyelet and have both lines go into.
I'm with you.
Yeah, it was just easier to tie, and seemed like a good way to do it. Still incredibly tiny in 70-second scale.
Yeah, not my cup of tea.
That's why we want Peter to build it. So.
Oh yeah. That's why I was trying to give him a good idea that sounded like it was an easier way to do it.
Hours of endless fun.
Yeah, that's it. Mark says Dan's is a Scania. Yeah. Hugh didn't recognize me with the Badger cut.
Well, the beard is a dead giveaway.
A little bit. And Mark says between Alan and Dan, I win due to the ZZ Top beard.
There you go.
I'll have to concede to that one.
Yeah, you'll have to.
You could be the other guy from ZZ Top who doesn't have a beard.
Could be.
Whose name is Frank Beard, by the way.
Frank Beard. That's it.
Yeah. Bizarrely.
Yeah. And we're all caught up again, including some ZZ Top trivia tonight.
Yes. I mean, this one. Rock history. Obviously,
give me all your loving.
All for free. It's all part of the deal. Yeah, don't have to pay extra for that. Happy to have that. And then, because we're all listening to the melodious sound of your voice, why will we not go on and listen to that and have a look what people are busy with?
People are busy with things. I doubt that.
I think they might be.
Nah.
No, I'm having none of that. Facebook. Smash some buttons in a Northern Way sausage.
Yeah.
Let's see if that shares. Look at that, as if by technological magic.
It's unbelievable.
Technological madman.
Right, let's make sure we have all comments. We do have all comments. And first in the door is the one and only Ice Queen, Sue Shapland.
Oh, nice.
Is this the right section? This one, yes, in progress. Yeah. Even guy's been working on my Warhammer Gobsprack Mouth of Mork. Although it doesn't look like it had several hours over the last days at the bench getting some of the details done, still lots to do. So the only reason I checked which section, because I thought that looked finished. But
Yeah, I was just thinking the same
yeah,
thing.
that was that. Yeah,
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. I know why you did that.
Yeah. I
But
wasn't
there's
having a
still
pop saying
lots
it
to
should have been
do,
in.
so
Yeah, it shouldn't have been in
also-
Luke's section. That's not.
Yeah,
right.
I think she's not done the base yet. So.
Ah, right. Okay. Well, it looks very good though. That's
that's
quite
fantastic. I love it.
Isn't it?
slightly creepy thing of nightmares.
Yeah, that's what she does.
Mark's then in with his having found a missing front suspension part. I've progressed on the 172nd Zvezda Kamaz rally truck. Size has caused some frustration with some part. Oh, right, the model, but it's coming along. More painting for the rear paneling and lots more tiny decals to go.
Or tiny decals. All right.
That is very, very small.
Yeah.
A wee truck.
And that's the interior and back end.
That looks nice, man. That looks really nice.
It does look like a fun little project, though, on 72nd scale.
Is that about 4 inches long, that isn't it? 4 or 5 inches long.
Yeah, not more than that.
Count the squares, count the squares, count the squares.
Squares are centimeters, are they not?
Yeah.
About
4
100
inches.
mil,
Yeah,
4 inch.
yeah, about 10
Oh
square.
yeah, 4 inches is pretty close.
Richard Farmer is currently working on Tamiya's 24th scale R32 Skyline GTR with a 3D printed Rocket Bunny kit. Fortunately, it's not for me, being built for a friend who's going to be using it for mini RC. Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Really? Wow.
Jeez. Better
Oh,
get
like-
some.
Mini RC. Wow.
I like the carbon on the splitter as well.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mini RC is electric engines, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Very cool.
Christopher with working on this Hong Kong models 48 scale
That can't be
B17G.
Christopher. I don't see blue sky. I don't see sunshine. There's
It must have been raining that day.
Fuselage coming together, some minor fit issues so far.
Plus, it's not finished. That's what
Ah,
it'll be. He only
That's
does his-
rare and true.
He only does his finished models outside. So.
very cool. I like it.
Yeah, it's a big
Big
kit.
cat, isn't it?
Then, as mentioned at the start, I'm working on the Beaufighter. So
Yeah.
just want to show a kind of before and after. So on the left is just that base color.
I was just going to ask which is the before and which is the after.
Funny guy. He's a funny guy.
Yeah,
So primed in UMP black, kind of black based using white, green, and brown on different panels. Doesn't actually show up very well in the left-hand picture, but you can actually see it in natural light. There is a kind of color shift in it. And then use extra acrylics, dark sea gray to give that kind of final overall kind of gray color. And then chipped using a sponge, a paintbrush, and some paint. Decals ratted, sealed with aquagloss, and then weathered using UMP light dirt, mud, earth, and dark dirt. On the right.
So how did you do the chipping again? Sorry, Dan.
With a piece of sponge and some paint. So just kind of dab a very small piece of sponge, almost like dry brushing,
No.
and then see what kind of pattern it creates, and then fill in some of the smaller chips to make bigger chips with a paintbrush.
Oh, so they're not actually chips. You just added extra paint to make them look
Yeah.
like chips. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, exactly.
Smoke and mirrors indeed.
It's witchcraft. Witchcraft.
That's what he does.
Speaking of witchcraft,
There we go.
Ooh,
oh, he's crazy.
okay.
So PJ Lewis with the 250th scale USS Defiant from Deep Space Nine. Completely scratch built. As far as overly ambitious scratch build projects go, yeah. After downloading the blueprints, I needed to make some major decisions right off the bat regarding which elements on which decks would get built and which wouldn't. other decks and their dividing walls be built for structural purposes only. And of course, I'll need to plan out where and how the wiring for the lighting will be routed. This is obviously going to be a very long-term project, the progress of which I'll try to keep you updated on from time to time. Lots of head scratching, false starts, do-overs, and wasting of materials are assured. And well, yeah, I think I'm going to need a bigger swear jar for this one. Cheers, PJ.
You'll be rich after that.
That is a project of somewhat epic proportions, and scratch building as well.
Just so you got some idea of scale, it's approximately I think it's 48 centimeters long.
48.
48, yeah.
Mm.
And it's a pretty square ship as well, so it's
Kind of ish.
Yeah,
It's quite squat as well. So
yeah. Oh, that's cool.
I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
Personally, I would have just bought the old. Is it the AMT kit?
Yeah, the 420 scale. Yeah, I've actually got one. The reason why I've got that is I was going to build that, so I've got a physical 3D reference of where all the shapes go, because it's quite difficult to understand from flat 2D drawings.
Yeah.
Ah, right. Okay. So you built a model to help you build a model.
Yeah, effectively. I haven't built it yet, but yeah.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Was that called a pantograph? Was it?
Pardon?
Where you can scale from a small.
Oh yes. See,
there we go. Andy Quinney's on his side, fell off his chair, I think.
Yeah.
Model Factory Hero, 12th scale 250 GTO.
No, he's now adhering his model parts to the wall. That's what he works now. He works off the wall.
Oh, is that what he does? Okay. All right.
Like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I started this kit with the engine being the first part needed to be done. So after sorting and cleaning the parts, I test fitted, then painted and started assembling it. Really have enjoyed doing this so far. It's starting to come together nicely. Thanks for looking as always. So I think his one has the internals as well, doesn't it? So he
yeah.
So that had all the
all the stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think
I expect this one to run when he's finished.
Well, I should hope so.
Yeah.
There you go.
So on his modelling page, he showed the build-up. I say all the internals are painted, and all the rocker gear and everything looks spot on. It's done a really good job, to be fair.
Yeah. Yes. Just don't tell him.
Yeah.
Here's a flak. Yes. I've seen that one last month already.
Yes. Due to our holiday, not much progress this month, but at least the 72nd scale special hobby searchlight and figures are done. Next step is the generator lorry and the base plate.
Very cool. Very, very cool indeed.
Very nice details on that.
Still say you should stick a bulb in that
bulb
in that light, that searchlight, and get it lit up. Just saying. Just saying.
Just as an idea.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Mr. Millgate has also started on his 12th scale Model Factory Hero 250 GTO. Cleanup started with pistons and conrod, early beginnings in an epic build. Mr. Surfer and various metallics so far.
Very cool.
Oh, those tappets. Oh my god.
Yeah. Wow.
Everywhere.
Hate to see the size of the feeler gauges for them valves.
Minute.
Wafer thin feeler gauge. And I do believe that is everything from what's in
aluminium foil. Feeler gauges of aluminium foil.
So it's as if it's summertime and people are outside enjoying the weather.
And understandably so. And rightly so. That's what they should do.
Yeah.
But of course, it's winter here, so I don't care. So very, very
Cheers, Ron.
I see there's some discussions about why if Frank Beard has a beard or not. He doesn't, and he was indeed the drummer, as Michelle rightly says. Yeah. And Gary Rytherwind is in. It says evening, Cage Drivers. Hope you're doing all well. Good to see you, Gary.
Okay.
and then a couple of greetings to each other. Very, very cool stuff. We have some very interesting comments, at least one interesting comment on PJ's sections. PJ, why don't you take that away and we'll have a quick look there. Should be interesting.
I can get to the right page, sure. Okay, let's just share that.
Mash some buttons, as they say.
That's mash and then. Oh, wrong one. Sorry.
Don't forget, folks.
Take on. I'm old. Come on. Right, there you go. That's it. Is that sharing?
It is.
Oh, oh, yes.
It is. It isn't.
It
Yes,
is. It is.
Okay.
Yes, finally arrived here as well.
Okay. Right.
It's a long way to South Africa.
Okay. Right. This one's question. Okay. The topic of how to encourage more women and girls into the hobby was raised recently in the Scale Fanatics Clubhouse. And while a number of potential ideas were suggested, including female-only nights in the clubhouse and a concerted promotional campaign, the main prohibiting factor appears to be that the majority of model kit genres are male-orientated: aircraft, armor, ships, cars, etc. So this most question is, or was, do you think the kit manufacturers could do something to alleviate the problem with, say, the introduction of more female-orientated kit subjects? And what would you suggest these might be? Okay. We have a very long answer.
War and Peace from Michelle Tolstoy.
Absolutely, yes. Okay. Frivolous start. She says topless, good-looking male models that aren't orcs would be nice. Yes. Okay. Fine.
Right.
Moving
She's
on
talking
quickly.
about us, obviously, she does every once a month. So
Yeah.
fantasizing again. I understand.
Yeah, and then she's got to go back to living with Mark. But anyway, moving on. Seriously, probably various models would be good. Okay, I guess for the possibly more animals, figures, bands, and celebrities. Trying to put my girly head on. I'm probably one of the percentages where I do pin-ups, and she did tell me what that acronym was.
Not safe for work.
Not safe for work. Thank you. Models. The 3-year-old daughter says cute puppies and kitties. Okay.
Yeah.
I was talking to another female builder today, and she mostly does wooden room dioramas. She had tried to do military, but she couldn't get into it as much as she does in the dioramas. The majority of figure models are the acronym again. What is it? Not
safe for
Not
work.
safe for work.
Not safe for work. Okay.
Racy, as we said in the old days.
Okay. And what I've seen in characters that are underage persons, such as a famous schoolgirl, witch, cartoon characters that are young age, aka Disney princesses even. Okay. I have safe for work of Mavis from Hotel Transylvania, getting delivered soon. She's an adult in the film. I fear that if young girls want to do a Disney princess, most of what they will see isn't for their eyes, probably. Model companies need to work that into. I'm trying. I feel that some women are put off for that fact. I want to do Aurora for my daughter, but all I can find is the not suitable for work versions. Okay, Sue Shapland put an answer in. She says, I think it's difficult for one of the kit manufacturers to get out the way fly. Kit manufacturers, especially where armor, aircraft and ships are concerned. If I was to put my answer into to this question, it would take all night. I know. I understand that some females don't like to build cars, bikes, vans, etc., but you can put your own stamp on them and make it your own. I don't want to stir an hornet's nest, but then you will always get one or two. You say they shouldn't be that colour. You get that in any genre, to be honest. Or you can't do that, which I think puts a lot of us off. To be honest, I don't know if anything that the kit manufacturers can do to make it more appealing to us females. My only advice is enjoy the hobby and put your own stamp on what you build and sod everyone else. Dan Croak says, my personal thoughts are irrelevant.
Yeah, we know that.
Generally, yeah.
Many sectors of society that have asked the questions of equality have come back with solutions written by the underrepresented rather than understanding of the needs of the underrepresented. Did I get that the wrong way around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The overrepresented.
Yeah, so written by the overrepresented rather
Yeah.
than understand the underrepresented's needs.
Yeah. So in my view, as a member of the overrepresented, is that we need to ensure our hobby is a space for all. What will encourage more women into this hobby? I guess I don't really know. I want to know what I can do to allow it to happen. Okay, that's it.
Oh, some very interesting views there. And so I think they in summary, the not safe for work is because, and let's see, a lot of female modelers, or some of the female modelers might be women with children, and obviously you won't then want to build together with your kids a non-safe for work model. So having these kind of figures, or having movie figures, whatever, in a version which would allow children to participate in the hobby as well as women, would probably be is probably what Michelle is after, if I understood that correctly. And you're welcome to correct me here in the chat, Michelle. And thinks he has a very good point. Sue also made a good point. I do that all the time. Sue, it's not only a lady thing. You make a model your own. Well, I build mostly cars, so you can do whatever you want with most of the cars anyway, apart from if you make a original racing car, which should have you can keep the decals at the right place. But if you do a normal car, you can do whatever you want with it. And so if you build a Volkswagen T1 bus, which normally is the soft forms and the 50s style normally is appealing. I know from my wife to the more of a female audience, or like an older Corvette is appealing, and make it your own. Make it pink, or put your own thing on it, put your own artwork on it, and make use it as you want. On the other hand, I think the males and females are still different. I know it's a controversial thing to say these days, but they are different. And I think males tend more to be more enjoyment in the fiddly parts. Where I try to get my wife into modeling, and it takes the best part of half an hour. And if the model isn't finished by then, it goes into the corner, So it's kind of more target orientated, where males might, and I'm generalizing here a lot, when males might be more enjoying the process a little bit more than having, eventually. I mean, look at Alan. He's building at his model for the last 6 months, and probably takes another 6 months to go on with it. And and I'm not quite sure that is something which a lot of women would enjoy, that, because you also need to have hours and hours of time to actually sit at the bench and do that. That is the other factor, obviously. So in other words, so that probably should then be, if you want to have models which might more appeal to a female or an alternative audience, maybe something which is not as complicated, maybe more paint orientated. I don't know, Michelle, tell me if I'm talking nonsense. I think that would probably make more sense in that regard. So that's just a couple of thoughts which just went through my head.
Well, I say, thinking of Cam and his wife, she enjoys building, like, I think it's like house stuff, isn't it? And that side of things. But then now the readily availability of 3D printed busks and things and things. So like Michelle was saying, there are more animals and things like that. You can get dogs, puppies, kittens. You can get 3D models of those. Okay, there's not much in the way of assembly, depending on how many parts they come in and the size. But it's a lot more to do with the painting aspect of things, isn't it? I think from my perception of women modelers, a lot of them tend to be into that sort of side of things more than the actual assembly. And don't get me wrong, there are lots of very good women modelers who do build armor, cars and
But you've got to be into the subject.
yes, and that's
Yes.
And the point, one of the aspects of the question was that the genres that are available tend to be male-orientated genres. Okay. Now, what constitutes a female-orientated genre? I don't know because I'm not female.
Yeah.
I can't answer that. None of us can. It's we need the ladies to come up with those suggestions. So you know.
Yeah. That's
There we
only
go.
something special.
Shane wins the award for the comment of the night.
Oh,
Well,
Right, Shane. You know, we all know you. We know it's a joke, but there is kind of a point behind it. That there's jokes, and then at what point does the joke become a barrier for people?
I mean, Gary's
and trust me, I'm not having a pop with you, Shane. Absolutely not, because I genuinely know it's done in jest. But there is a point at which we transition from having a laugh to actually being barriers to people. I suppose the perfect example for me is you go to Telford, you stand on the gantry and you look at the demographics of Telford. It is overwhelmingly old men. Absolutely. The subjects are old military subjects, the majority of it. Now it's shifting. There is a bit of a shift. There's more figure painting. There's a broader mix of genres. You see some Warhammer, you see some of the, they've got a Marvel SIG and stuff like that, which are kind of more appealing to different people, different interests. I think the thing for me is just what makes the hobby more open for people. What are the barriers? What's stopping women doing whatever they want in the hobby, whatever genre it is, whatever style they want? And I just think it maybe adds something. And there's probably a lot of men out there who might find something different in the hobby that they've not seen before. So they're not constantly drawn to what's the latest Spitfire, what's the latest Panzer to build.
I think, and I don't know if you guys
sorry for picking on Shane as well.
Well, no, I'm actually going to pile on, not on Shane particularly, but Gary Ryder Winners just commented about why his comment was censored. Not so much censored, but deleted, Gary, because it was in context of the question. Okay, it's self-defeating. Okay, it was, yes, I get your the humor you were trying to get across, and the funny side of what you were trying to say, but it was in context of what I was asking. It's sexist and misogynist, so that's why it was deleted.
Right. Now, the other thing, obviously, is that I think the generation after us, now I'm 60 and I mean, Ellen's 70, Dan round about the same. So it might not be as interested into, World War II military, World War II becomes distant history, and might be more interested into stuff which we don't even know about, like Warhammer. If somebody said build Warhammer, I say, what is that? What do they do? So I think that interest is also shifting, which might help to help the whole demography issue, slowly but surely developing. Let's face it, they're going to build what is selling. That's what they.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I mean, they've got to look after their business. I understand the business model. I understand.
But you could argue.
The point is that there's a huge market out there that's not being catered for.
Yep, exactly.
I would say as well, anime. Certainly for the younger generation, because they're really into the anime and stuff. A lot of but you try and find any decent models. I mean, I'm sure in Japan there's stuff available, but it's certainly not available in the UK. And I know if it was about, my daughter's heavily into anime. I mean, if she could have models of that to build, she'd be all over it like a rash,
There is potentially, a big shift. I kind of sense it in some of the subjects that some of the model companies are releasing. That I think there's less of a kind of drive and focus on the kind of core World War II military subjects. Not across the board. I mean, obviously, Airfix make their money from Spitfires. Most manufacturers, Edward, make their money from Spitfires 109s and everything else. But I think there is stuff that's creeping in, and I think the 3D printing, certainly of figures, is definitely
Oh yeah,
having an
no,
impact.
that has picked up for sure. You're right.
However, in most of our clubs and in most of our Facebook groups, because they're all heavily male dominated, a lot of the figures you see are the stereotypic, generic, scantily clad, posed women, because they're building what's advertised to them, to their demographic. So and I think it's fair to kind of maybe challenge that a little bit, to say, how do you make it more open kind of for everyone? So
yeah,
I think you've upset Gary as well, by the way.
I don't care.
Fair enough.
I won't put up with sexism or misogyny. I'm sorry. We're trying to encourage the ladies to come into the hobby, and comments like that, don't do it.
Yeah. Oh, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I have no problem with that. Absolutely, I agree. Right. Before we go into the questions for the crew, maybe a quick catch up on the chat there.
Yeah, because there's been a lot of comments. So.
There has. Where did we get to? Oh, blimey, yeah. Discussions of Frank Beard as a drummer. Yes, drummer, no beard. Gary's with us. Hey, Gary. Who else is with us? Let's quickly run through discussion amongst ourselves. Gary asked about his comment, which PJ's responded to. Dominique says there are enough women who build models / hobby, diamond painting, robo time of houses that you make yourself. There's also more women oriented. Not as clearly obvious in the UK, I would say, yet. Dale says more options in the 3D printing world. Yep, Partworks are starting to release some projects for
absolutely.
Panzercat says these NSFW figures can be clothed with milliput and green stuff and teaches general sculpting. That's a very good point.
That's a very good point.
Introduce new skill sets. Michelle says not just paint oriented. We do like a challenge and do assembly. Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
I don't think we said only. We just said it tended to sometimes more direction, but I'm welcome. I'm very happy to be corrected on that, Michelle.
Dom said in the Warhammer focus, there are enough women who paint and do that. It's painted on live on streams as well. Poor Shane, who I picked on, who I know in jest was saying, my wife doesn't have time to do models for insert various comments. Sorry, Shane. Panzer Cat, there are available in Japan plastic models of zoo animals, keepers, and accessories.
Yeah, there's Gundam as well, all that sort of thing.
Yeah. Gary says, take a look at scale modeling snails. She builds all subjects and puts her own aspect to them.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, that's true. I watch your channel.
Craig's jumped in and said, evening guys and girls, just got in from work. Hope I haven't missed much. Hope everyone is well. We're just putting the world to rights at this stage, Craig.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shane says, yep, it is, as my wife actually does make the odd model, but I can't really hold her attention for very long.
Yeah, I have the same issue. I'm with you on that one, Shane.
Shane says, don't Airfix take on suggestions for kits? They do, but it's always shifted towards what they think they'll sell as well. And I know they do try and encourage kids with the stuff they do at Telford with their build a kit kind of section. But again, it's normally they have like a 76 scale military Cromwell tank or something, or it's a Spitfire again. But obviously they give people carte blanche to kind of paint them however they want. So you could say that is a good kind of sense of giving opportunity at least to people. Michelle says, yes, it's a very huge market that is open. It can be expensive for young ones to ship from Japan. Yep. Gary says, yeah, it's your opinion, PJ. I won't comment on here anymore in the chat. Enjoy the evening.
Can just jump in here. Gary, if you're still in the chat, DM me via Messenger, mate, if you want to talk about it.
Yeah,
I'm quite happy to talk to you about it.
Yeah, before there's a division, I think you should sort it out.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, understand what's going on.
There's no acrimony, mate. I'll explain it to you if you talk to me via Messenger.
Yeah. Yep, good man. Digsby says yes. 3D printing fantasy figures popular with my daughter's female friends, dragons, etc. Michelle says thank you, PJ. I'm holding my text for some things. I would say. Yeah. Dale says it comes down to what an individual has interest in, male or female. Follow a lot of ladies on YouTube who do a massive variety of modeling. A lot you've already touched upon. Anime and Gundam is popular with kids and ladies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we know a few.
Yeah, I think key thing for me is it's got to be open for everyone. We can't put barriers in place, and we can't appear to be putting those barriers in place.
Absolutely. But, yeah, it's. I wouldn't say it's a controversial subject, but it's certainly one that I think needs to be addressed by the mainline model manufacturers. Okay, because as we said, they're missing out on a huge market from a financial point of view.
Yeah.
All right. If they're not, then they're gonna.
Well,
they're going to lose out potentially. They're going to lose out on that market when the Japanese manufacturers start importing their kits big style over here.
Yeah.
So
why would any manufacturer deliberately cut themselves off from approximately 50% of the available customers?
Exactly.
Just from that point of view alone, there's an opportunity to.
I mean, were we to take this sort of question to a wider sort of expansive talk, if you will, I could have done a bit of research and contacted some of the main manufacturers and asked them that exact question to find out what the problem is, what they aim to do potentially. It would be interesting to find out what those the answer might be.
Yeah, it might be worth doing that, PJ, and then revisiting this in a month or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I'll formulate a plan of attack on that one.
There's a few guys that are guys, of course they're guys, that are obviously kind of front and center. Some of Airfix's social media, for example.
Yeah.
It would be worth reaching out to them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Very cool. I love that subject.
In fact, so I'll probably go. In fact, I'm going to the model show in Thornbury in Bristol on Sunday, and I believe Revell are going to be there. So if I can grab one of their staff, I might have ordered one of them as well.
Yeah, have a word. Yeah. Let me know what you find out.
Yep.
It can do no harm to asking it.
Yep.
I mean, I suspect a lot of the modeling manufacturers want to sort of sell to that market because I say it's potentially 50%, isn't it? So why wouldn't they? But
I mean, bottom line, it's not cheap to produce any kit. So a completely new line, is chancy and potentially expensive. Exactly. So but still,
new markets will not be discovered, if you don't try them. That's the thing, Anyway, questions for the crew. What are we having?
Oh, sorry, that's me again.
It is.
So I was just reading Panzer's following question. It says the easiest way to find out what female modelers want is to ask them, which is what I did in the question, mate. So
yeah.
And by the way, it's there down to here on this screen.
As the two most active female members in our group, probably Michelle and Sue. So to be honest, the vast majority of women who were on Scale Fanatics did answer the question. So
yeah, they did.
I think probably the only other one is Shabs. So,
yeah. Okay, is that Sharon?
I think they're busy moving.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, on this month's question, we've only got one, unfortunately, but hey. Philip Hartford. Always no, he always contributes one way or the other on my questions or
Did you say Philip Hartford?
No. You said that. I didn't. I'm not going to take his flack. So, he says, "Good evening, PJ and the crew. Here's my question. Over the years, we have seen an increase in pre-thinned lacquer base coat paint much of which is aimed at car modelers. With Zero, ProScale, Gravity Spain, to name a few, which is your preferred branded choice? Why and what are your views on ProScale? Cheers, Philip.
Hey, Philip.
Yeah.
Very good.
Alan, over to you, mate.
Well,
Put those knees away. Put those knees away, please.
Yeah. The pre-thinned lacquer paints, whether it's Zero, Gravity Spain, ProScale, and a whole host of other manufacturers. At the end of the day, they're all automotive paints that have been brought across from the automotive world into the modeling world. They're all more or less the same thing. It's just the reducers they use, either thinners, which can tend to be the hot part of the paints, but they're all hot paints. You know, they'll all, if not used correctly, potentially damage a styrene kit. They're a lot more easy to use on metals and obviously and resins, which are not affected by that so much. I say that they're all basically touch-up systems. You know, anybody can readily go and buy the system. It's about 500 quid for the mixing system of all the paints. You could mix your own paints if you wanted to. It's all there available. That I wouldn't say any one is better than the other. It's just what's easily available to you. I mean, myself, I tend to use, primarily Zero and Gravity because I've got a huge stock of that for the I bought for the kits that I've had in my stash. I haven't been buying many kits lately, so I haven't had to buy many more paints. But I'd have no issues using ProScale, Gravity, Zero.
Yep.
I say they're all as good as each other at the end of the day. They all do the job as long as you apply them in the correct manner. And that's the top and tail of it for me.
I think, all right. I think Philip's question was slightly tongue-in-cheek because he knows of our past association with Paul Bretland and ProScale. None of us have got an axe to grind with him. Okay, we some of us still buy the products. Okay, I like ProScale paints. 2K is wonderful. Don't have a problem with it. My daily driver paint, so to speak, is still Tamiya, but for lots of my cars and stuff like that, Zeros is my go-to because I've been using it for decades. So
yeah, I mean,
but as I say, I don't have a problem with any of those manufacturers. I've never used Gravity Spain. I will admit that I've never used their products.
I mean, most of my automotive paints, which you can't see is on my shelf, is all mainly it's a mix of Zero and Gravity. One thing I'll say with the modeling paints, some of the manufacturers, certainly metallics, because all they do is they're mixing from a color code. When you want a particular color for whether it's a BMW, a Ferrari, or whatever, they're just mixing from a color code. If they follow that color code mix to the letter, when you scale that down to a car, the metallic flakes that tend to be too big.
Yep.
So it doesn't give a scale finish, if you'd like, for the car. I mean, I know for certainly like ProScale paints, for example, I know Paul changes out his metallic flake size, so it's more realistic to the size of the car.
It's more in scale, yeah,
it's more in scale, and things like that. You have to think. I mean, it's horses for courses, isn't it? At the end of the day, so
it is.
I must say, I obviously use what's available, which in my case is mostly, hobby color and Tamiya.
Dulux.
Dulux, yeah, exactly.
Nail varnish, isn't it, Roland?
Nail varnish. I do use nail varnish. I freely admit it, and with quite some success.
And some of it ends up on your kit.
Yeah, works very well. And but we get Zero paint for a price. There's one supplier which I know about who sells Zero paints. I've never tried them. I've tried ProScale when I got them. When I visited my parents in Germany. Paul, I made an order with Paul, and he sent me the 2K and one of his colors, which I particularly fancied, and they were wonderful. They were fantastic, but it's just not feasible to get them in South Africa. Otherwise, I would probably use them more. But I've used the 2K from the Diamond 2K from
Zero.
No, no.
Zero. No.
From zero, yes. Diamond 2K from zero when it was here available, and I got along with that also perfectly
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
I use automotive 2K, which is a little bit more work intensive, but in the end, it works as well. But yeah, I personally think it's as Alan rightly said, it's horses for courses and what is available in your area. You guys obviously get the gravities and the zeros and that kind of stuff quite easily. Here we get quite easily the hobby colors and the Tamiyas. That's what is easily available. So that's what I mostly use. And nail polish, as we already said. You get wonderful colors in nail polish for a reasonable price, and I use that on a regular basis, and it works very well for me as well. And at the moment, automotive 2K, if I could get Diamond 2K or Pro Scale 2K, I would use that in a heartbeat again.
Right, so
any of the two.
yeah, so the last part of the question was, what are our thoughts on pro scale paints? So I'll kind of touch on that first. I think Paul's done really well. I think he's done absolutely fabulously well to go from nothing to what appears to be a successful paint business in a relatively busy market.
That's a short period of time.
Yeah, you got a big company, particularly in the UK. You got a big company like Hero Boy and Zero Paints, who have probably a good market share in the UK for model car builders and bike builders, and he seems to have kind of managed to get a percent of that market. So, well done to them for that. The paints are good. I've used the 2K. The 2K is great. I had a bit of an issue at the time with the activator. My activator went off. Paul was going to replace it for me, so that's not a problem. But I think generally, because I end up probably not using my 2K very quickly, if the activator goes off again, it will be an issue, but I still have lots of gravity, which has been fine. So
you can say that with Zero or any other 2K, really.
Yeah. But certainly, as soon as you open them, they're always going to go off.
Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
It's just
putting them in the fridge seems to delay the process. I found out.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
The paints themselves have been great when I've used them. I didn't particularly get on with the primer personally, but that was a personal issue. And I don't like lacquer primers anyway because they stink. So I tend to stick to the UMP primer for that main reason. Compared to the other ones, I honestly would find it hard to say genuinely if one paint is better than the other. I know Zero have had issues in the past, but again, because people warned me about it, I've never had an issue with them kind of crazing on any of my kits. So,
and I'll be honest, I honestly think since Paul started Pro Scale that Zero have upped the game because they've had no choice but to up the game because Paul
had no competition. They've had no competition. That's why.
Well, I think they were in some degree, and let's be honest.
Oh, with gravity, yeah. That's I've never used them. So.
Yeah, they have. Yeah, they didn't have no competition, not in the UK, not very much. You're quite right, but obviously with Paul coming along and Pro Scale coming along, it's created competition to them. And Paul's products was in terms of paintability was great. So they've had to up the game, haven't they? They've had to step it up and better quality reducer in, let's say, to make the paints not quite as hot.
Yeah.
They used to be.
Yeah. I mean, I think the interest and challenge for probably all of them, particularly likes a Pro Scale, Gravity, definitely Zero Paints, probably Splash, probably
SMS.
We'll say SMS, other side of the world, maybe less so, and Outlaw Paints as well, the other side of the world. Interestingly, in Europe,
Far Scale as well. Far Scale.
Yeah.
And they've got a very good water-based range now as well.
Yeah, but it's interesting to see the likes of Ammo now trying to shift a little bit of their range towards car modelers because they now market some of their paints as car paints. They now market a 2K as well. Now, whether they're good or better or not doesn't matter. When you've got a marketing machine like Ammo, there is the risk that they're going to take away your market share. So that's where some of the smaller companies, because let's be honest, Pro Scale is quite small because, so was Zero, relatively speaking, Gravity, relatively speaking, is quite small. And certainly for me, the one extra advantage that I tend to get with Gravity and Hero Boy is I'll often buy paints when I'm buying a kit. which is
Yes.
why I end up often using them a lot because I'll get them all shipped together rather than buy a load of paint on its own and something else from somewhere else. So maybe for pro scale, that's one of the areas they could think about for the future. That if it's just paint and not kits as well, if they're getting their market share hit by someone like Ammo getting into the car market, and I'm sure AK are possibly doing a 2K as well. It just dilutes the market.
AK does do a 2K, yes.
Yeah. So you've got big marketing, relatively big. We're not talking, Amazon big, but Ammo and AK are pretty big companies in the model space. It is just a risk that they kind of push out the smaller companies.
Yeah, that's a very interesting, very good question, Philip. Of course, we know you're stirring the pot there a bit, but in its essence,
I think you're
as far as the
basis
of the question was concerned, I think it was a very good question and very thought-provoking. And it was probably for some people who do not use a lot of lacquer paint, a lot of military guys don't. Maybe interesting aspect of the paint industry. And I see there are some very interesting comments in here as well, which we maybe should go through. Once
I was going to say that one from Rob there saying about the pro scale will mix custom mix for no extra cost. Well, as far as I'm aware, Gravity and Zero will do that as well.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, Zero will definitely do it for a paint code.
Yeah, it's as long as the paint code you have is in the database, it's just a case of adding the right tints to whatever mix. It's not exactly rocket science. It's quite an easy process, in all honesty. So
no, very good. Very good. Dan, you're going to go through the comments quickly?
Yep, I will do. Yep. Where do we get to? We got back to the man v woman.
Yeah.
Michelle says, I know some groups of males will push women out, but thank you guys for being welcome, especially as a newbie. Too bloody right. Dale says, absolutely. The more the merrier in the community, makes us all a better family.
Yes.
Digsby says, sounds great, PJ. Or maybe just general, PJ, you sound great.
Yeah, I know.
I think that was in context going and speaking to the manufacturers.
Yeah, that was it. Well remembered. Sheldon says, I would prefer to be in a mixed group than segregated. Yeah, I kind of agree. I would join in a female-only group, but I may have to go through a few to find one I feel more comfortable with. Yeah, I mean, it's often hard to mix in with a group anyway. So, and modelers are not quite a diverse bunch of, I suppose, personality traits as well. You can find with modelers. So,
you just speak for yourself, do you?
Very much so. Yeah, as an antisocial introvert, being in groups is tiring. As Panzer Cat says, easiest way to find out what female modelers want is to ask them. Graham French says, get your thumbs up, guys and girls. Mark says ICM have a woman on their PR side, so again, worth contacting.
Good point.
Yeah, and Airfix have got a woman in PR as well.
Okay. Dale says, Michelle, I would just say join in with everyone, get rid of the plunkers that you don't get on with.
That's what we do.
When you say get rid of, do you mean in a kind of Fred West?
Okay, we'll go now then.
Dale says, Sue will say it as it is. She's bloody fabulous. She is. Rob says, have any of you guys used KMP decals before? If so, did you have any issues? KMP
doesn't ring any bells.
No.
I've heard of KMP models. I didn't realize they did decals.
I think the answer to that is no.
Yeah, no.
So
it's quite clear that nobody has.
I know of them. They do decals for cars. I'm just gonna have a quick look and see if I know anyone who has used them. I've not used them.
I've not either. No.
Because they do wheels and stuff as well. KMP wheels.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I have ordered from them in the past. I've ordered kits from them in
Yeah.
the past actually, but they wouldn't ship to the UK, so we had to do a bit of jiggery pokery with one of our Finnish friends.
Uh,
I didn't know they actually.
all I'll say is I've not heard of them in a bad way with their decals,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I know people do rate their kind of wheeled kits and stuff for, you know, rally cars and stuff. They do quite a few replacement wheels. Might be worth a question in the group as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so Panzer says PJ has been using zero paints for decades. Yes, folks, PJ is that old.
Yes.
Yep.
Michelle says, "Oh
I
no,
don't look it, but
oh no,
say
no,
nothing.
too
Easy.
obvious.
Say
Too
nothing. Say
move
nothing.
on, move on."
Easy target. Yeah, no, go
Michelle says, "Oh no, need to lock up my nail polish now."
Yeah,
on.
talk to Scylla. Scylla's my wife, and I have been known to snatch a bottle or two of nail polish from her before.
And again, some of it ends up on your models. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So is it that scene where you're sat at a nice restaurant, candlelit, sat opposite each other, holding hands, and she goes, spies you looking at her nails, going, "Oh, do you like my nail polish?" And you go, "It's amazing. That would look fantastic on a 1955 Mercury Coupe." Yep.
That's exactly what happens. That's when you get the kick in the shin, you know.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
yeah. I'm told you're paying.
Yeah, no, you paint the scene perfectly.
Yeah. I don't know that from experience personally. Philip A says, "Thanks, guys. I find Pro Scale to be less hot than the others."
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah. Shane says, "I can't get zero here in New Zealand. They refuse to ship them. Can get Gravity and Pro Scale easy. Use a lot of SMS, rather a lot. I do like SMS. I've used it a couple of times, and
I've
yeah,
never
they're
used
very,
it.
very good.
I've never actually used SMS. I've got to be honest.
They are actually being stocked here because they were stocked by Froome Model Center for ages, and now Jadlam stocked them as well. And then of course you have Outlaw Paints as well, who are another up and coming from that part of the world. Rob says, "I like the fact that Pro." Oh yeah, we covered that. Makes it color at no extra cost. Philip H says, "Ammo bought Alclad 2 and put the price up."
Yeah.
Rob says, "Who in the UK still stocks Alclad?" H&R Hobbies used to sell them in some kind of tie up with ammo.
Yeah.
I don't know who directly sells them.
I think I get. Well, it's the Ace stand. It's Ace stand now, isn't it? It's the new thing. I get mine from Scale Model Shop in the UK.
That's who it is. Scale Model Shop. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
They're not. I say they're not. Unfortunately, not nowhere near as cheap as they were. They're quite expensive now, but they are still very good paints.
Yeah.
Here in South Africa, you still get them.
Quinn Star says Fire Scale. Actually, that's when we've got Fire Scale paints as well.
And I did say Fire Scale because they've brought out
They
the
did
Walk
mention
Space
it.
range.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did. Oh, it's too hot. My memory's going. Who am I? Quinn Star. Andy says Fire Scale is no charge either for requested paint. MP Model Plastic says, "Good evening for everyone. Greetings from Portugal."
I am Manuel.
Everybody.
Okay, buddy.
Rob says, "Okay, Alan, didn't know they also custom mix paints." Philip H says, "Rob, Alclad went bust. Can't seem to find the old stuff anywhere. Ammo was stocked by a number of retailers like E-Models." Okay, E-Models stocked them as well. Okay. And Chunk is in. Blimey.
Hey, Chunk. Yeah. Hey, buddy.
And
Did you
this
stay
is
up
the end
or
of
did
the
you-
show. Good to see you, Chunk.
Did you stay up or did you get up? Better late than never. It is. Good to see you. Panzer says, "Rob, Alclad supplies are drying up. You might get the odd color here or there, but known as a full range left in stock." Random Blue says, "Hi lads, I'm mega late. Lol."
Say that again.
Yep.
Working in a Boom-X body kit for an R34.
All right.
Shane says, "KMP do decals. A lot of aftermarket stuff, cars and bikes. Never had any problems with the decals." Well, there we go.
There you go. Thanks, Shane.
Shane.
Graham says, "KMP in Italy. Andrea."
All right.
Mike Pierre Hasselgrove is with us saying,
Oh,
Mike.
good to see you, buddy.
Rob says, "Just had a set of Zaxpeed Capri decals from KMP. They look okay. We'll let you know when I use them."
All
Good.
right.
And
Okay.
Random Blue says Froome is very close to me in the UK.
Oh,
How close? Because I'm about an hour away. Because I'm just outside Bristol. So.
very, very cool. Some very interesting, very good, very constructive comments. Love
Yep.
it. Love
Yeah.
it. Love it. Love it.
Good question. Thank you,
Yeah.
Phil.
Very cool. Very cool. Right, ladies and gentlemen, the time has cometh. What
Get
you
the
all
beers in.
have been, what you all have been waiting for. We will have a look at the finished models. Well, I certainly have been waiting for it, and I had a quick peek. And let me share my screen. There's one point which I quickly want to make,
Oh.
because we haven't been.
You're in the wrong screen there, Roland.
On screen. On screen.
I'm on the wrong screen.
Yeah.
You're on the wrong
Sharing
screen. You're on the
YouTube.
studio screen.
Oh, yes, I am on the wrong screen. Look at this. Right, let's put that back to 1.
Roland's
Now-
having a technological nightmare tonight.
Horrible.
We shouldn't let him play with the buttons.
No,
Watched this
no, you
before.
shouldn't. Oh, I got a new screen, so my main screen is now
Come on.
desktop 2. That's how that happened. Geez, feel like PJ now. Anyway.
Hey, that's not fair.
True.
Anyway, here we are. Finished builds gallery. Guys, I see just as a point of order, if you allow me to say so, please try to keep your photos down to 2. That's my first point of order.
Mhm.
When you put your text in, you can put your text and your photo in your first post, and then reply to your post with your second photo. Number 2. Number 3, please do not put in videos. Very difficult to show off videos here on the show. So please stick to photos. Right, with that out of the way,
Mhm.
let's start. And we start with Ian 5. How it goes is I will go through everybody's entry here, and I will show you all the models which have been finished, like this beautiful Spitfire from Ian 5. And at the end, we will all have a vote and vote for the winning model, if you want so, of the finished model department. And once we have done that, this model will then grace the banner of the Facebook page of the Friday nights, of the Modelers Friday Nights show. So this is how it works. And we start with Ian 5. He just finished the FX Spitfire MK, it's a 14, Eduard mask, wheels and seat belts, MRP and Tamiya paint, top-notch camo mask and Flory wash. A fun build that I'm actually happy with the way it turned out. Thanks for looking. Yes, you should be happy with that because it looks amazing, buddy.
Nice, clean little build, that, isn't it?
Good little kit that as well.
Yeah, very cool. The lazy lady. I love that. Yeah, those later Spitfires really looked sleek. I love that. Very cool. Right. Next one is Colin Wilson. He has quite a collection which he posted this month, which is fantastic. He started with the Valentino Rossi trio bike builds. The kit 1 here is a 112 Tamiya Suzuki RGB 500 Team Galina Graciano Rossi. Yeah, the photographs of the complete motorcycle. This was a relatively easy build-up, and extra care had to be taken with the very old decals. Yeah, I believe that. Luckily, there were no tears in them, so they were saved. Products used was extra thin and thick, also super glue, microscale, microcrystal clear, Tamiya acrylic paints, zero pink primer, cleared with gloss sealer. Cheers, Festa.
Cool.
Right.
That's lovely. I like that.
Very
Beautiful.
cool.
Like
Very, very cool.
that. And Paparazzi's bike as well.
No, he was busy, old Festa, I can tell you that for nothing. Come on.
All,
Here we go. Then it's the kit number 2. Is the 112 Tamiya Honda NSR 500 Nastro Azzurro Valentino Rossi. Here are the photographs of the completed motorcycle. This was relatively easy built. Products used, also same problems with the aftermarket decals. Luckily, no tears. Phew. Extra thin and thick, also super glue, microscale, microcrystal clear, Tamiya acrylic paint, zero pink primer, cleared with gloss sealer.
I like the exhausts on that. There's done a very good job of those there
Very
before.
cool, huh? Very, very cool. I like that too.
Nice.
I like that era of 500cc bikes. That's when I watch bikes though.
Yeah.
And then last but certainly not least, is the kit number 3, is the 112 Tamiya Ducati Panigale, 1199S, Gracia Valle from Luca Marini. And as you see, photographs of the completed motorcycle. Easy build. Again, aftermarket decals you had to be careful with. And products used were extra thin and thick, also super glue, microscale, crystal clear, Tamiya acrylic paints, zero pink primer, and gloss sealer.
Another nice one.
Nice.
Very, very cool.
I need to get that decal set.
We are in the motorbikes. Richie Lamp certainly is not staying behind. He's his 3rd attempt of building a bike. Well, that's 2 attempts more than I have. It's a Tamiya Suzuki RGV in 112, painted in Tamiya acrylics and clear coated in aqua gloss. And it looks amazing. Very cool.
Very good. That's really
Very
nice.
nice, Richie. Love that. Really love that. Then we have a proper plane. Recently completed Airfix 172, built for 48-hour group build. It's a Messerschmitt ME 109.
Cool.
Can't tell you which variant, so.
Nice clean build, isn't it?
Very clean, yeah.
Very good, but still has good shading.
Yep.
Very
An F.
nice.
I think it's an F.
Very nice. Very, very cool. I actually like that. Is that the desert camo or is that too dark?
Yes, it would be a tropical variant.
Yeah. Right. Brendan Drescher is in. He just finished the Hasegawa Lamborghini Jota. I have that in my stash. Overall, really happy how it came out and enjoyed the build as it was a kit I got as a gift a few years ago from my wife. Very nice. Primers is Mr. Hobby, Mr. Surfacer Black, Tamiya White, Gianots Pink, exterior colors Rosa, Miura Metallic, and Rose Gold. Got from Buddy who has Body Shop, not sure the brand, believe it's PPG. And Tamiya LP5, sorry, for all black parts. Interior is colors Tamiya LP5, semi-gloss black, and LP50 bright red, along with some red flocking. Wheel colors rose gold, same as body and Mr. Hobby GX2 gloss black. Engine Mr. Hobby super metallics, clear gravity colors 2K gloss clear, wet sanded with 5000 grit sanding sponge, polished with rotary tool, and Menzema 2500 and 3500 polish, and Autoglum super resin polish.
Nice.
One can see you took some care in that, and that looks very cool, Brendan. I like that a lot.
Nice build.
Yeah, very nice built indeed. Very cool. And I love the car. Oh, there's another one, which, here we go, different angle. You can see the beautiful V12 a little bit better. Very cool.
Transverse engine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Very nice.
So
They
it's
stuck with that.
one car you don't hear much about, isn't it, really? The Jolta.
No.
It's kind of a, you know, if you want to say a charged Miura.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have Paul Chaplin, always in with some interesting dioramas. And this time he has the Volkswagen T3 camper painted in Tamiya paints. Built this as a memory to Hobby Barn. Does anybody know who Hobby Barn is? Maybe the elderly PJ?
Nope, sorry, can't help you there.
No, Hobby Barn was one of the US car builders who passed away recently.
Okay. All right.
I like his Sunstrip as well. That's cool. That is.
Yeah. Yeah, I will not say it because
yeah, nice rust effects. Yeah.
Yes.
YouTube might not be happy, so we don't want that. But yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. There's another photo in here as well, which I want to have a look at. Here we go. Yeah.
Oh, Terry. Yeah.
Yeah, Terry Tucker. Here we
The
go.
photograph of him left on there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
Very cool.
Nice
I tell
touch.
you what, buddy, that sanding paper will not do the trick. You need to go to heavier
Yeah,
tools.
needs to get the power tools out.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. It looks amazing.
The rust on that is brilliant. That's really
It is. The rust is very good.
It looks like rust. It really looks like rust. It's amazing. Now he is very good with the weathering, Paul. Then we have David Lefebvre. He recently finished his Dragon kit of a 135 scale penna in German service on the Eastern Front during Operation Barbarossa. I used ICM colors and flat coat, green stuff pastels and acrylic markers and plain pencil on some details. Cheers, Dutch Dave. Now, I think I have that here somewhere. Here we go. So you guys can see that. But as I say, in future, please do not do videos. Please give us some photos, because then you can see actually the photo while I read the text. But anyway, here it is. You can see it.
Nice job. I like
Very
that.
nice. Very nice. I like that a lot. Right. Then we have Steve Spencer-Beanie. He has the Meng 140A F35A. This kit has fought me, he's fought him all the way. Instructions were wrong in a couple of places. I had paint peel, and in places the fit was a bit off. Then to top it off, I had it on a shelf while I was doing the shed refurb, and while drilling a hole, the shed vibrated, causing the kit to fall on the floor. Don't you hate when that happens? Well, I have a cat that does the same job. This ended up with broken lost bits. The nose gear was the worst. It snapped off and at the most awkward place, and I could not find it anywhere. So I managed to take one of the extra gears from my Tamiya kit. But this time I was fed up with it, so I just stuck some of the decals on it and got it off the bench. I used outlaw paints for the grays and the white. I think I'm going to stay away from plains a bit, even though I have another 6 in the stash. There's nothing wrong with that. I tell you what, for all the accidents you had, this came out quite nicely.
Yeah, it did.
I say perseverance pays off.
Yeah, very, very cool. Not bad at all. So no need to feel ashamed here. Then we have Jamie Rock, whoever he is. Hi all, here is my version of Tamiya Toyota Supra GR124 painted in zero paints. Here we go. There's a zero paint. Wasabi concept and various Tamiya LP paints. 2K in pro scale, 2K. A real good kit went together well. Thanks for looking. And it looks amazing. And I love that color. I love that color.
Nice and bright, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that. I think that's a car which can wear that color. There are cars who do not look in that, but this is a car which can wear that color, especially with the shaded lights and everything. It looks good, Jamie. I like it.
Yeah, good job. I like that.
I really like it. Oh, here's another shot here. Let's have a look here. Here you go.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool. Then we have Sam Lodge. He's in. Hi, everyone. Finished the Tamiya Turo P34 reissue with photo etch parts. Kit finished in number 5 paints, Turo Blue and Pro Scale paints, 2K clear. Added goodies included MFH DFV cam covers, all wiring, fuel lines and plumbing, and the Falcon Models P34 wet weather tires. Enjoyed building this kit. Oh, I believe that. That's the 120, I would say. Alan?
Hard to
Help me
tell.
out.
It's hard to tell which one it is, whether it's the 112 or the 120.
Yeah. I think I've seen that somewhere else. I'm sure that's the 12 actually.
Oh, right. Well, I have the 12 and my tires look different, so that's why I was wondering.
I'm sure I've seen some other pictures. He's posted that elsewhere, more pictures. I'm sure it's a 12.
There are quite a few pictures. Let's have a look.
It's got rain tires on that as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the 20 had these
Yeah, they did, because I've got them on mine.
PE struts.
Yeah.
Okay, did have that. Okay. See what else we find here. Yeah,
it's a real job to say, isn't it?
it looks very similar to my 112. Well, whatever it is, it looks fantastic. I love it.
It's done a good job.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, just to add in a fourth point of order, when you put photos in the sections, can you tell us what they are? You know, the scale and what manufacturer and what have you. It just helps so that we can describe it correctly, and people know what you've been building.
Thanks, UJ. Finished by 19. Oh, I love that bike. Finished my 190 Toleri Triumph 3HW. A real patience tester. This one, every part of it needed work in some shape or form. Decided to try and make it as a boss car bike with loads of little modification and changes. I won't list them all, thank you, because I'll bore you all to death. With a mainly bare metal finish using a mix of paint and C1 metallizer powder. The frame is a semi-gloss black and the wheels are black with chrome spokes. Seat is supposed to be a 10 through effect with brass pins and 10 leather on the strap on the side. Handlebars and foot controls are wrapped in thinly cut plaster to simulate the kind of rope effect. Okay, yeah, that's very cool. The whole lot was given some weathering, and overall I'm pleased with how it turned out. Thanks for looking. And so you should be, because it turned out amazing.
This looks really good.
That is cool.
love that.
I like that.
I like that a lot. Richie, very, very cool. You have another shot? Yes, you do. Let's have a look. Yeah, very, very cool. Very cool. Love the detail on the lot. Yeah, very nice. It turned out very nice. Thanks, Rich, for sharing. Here we go. There's some sun in the section.
There you go.
Chris Stover is back. Didn't actually finish anything this month. Come on, Chris. Here's a throwback build from 5 years ago. We come back to that later, to the 5 years ago. Trumpeter 116 King Tiger, painted with Tamiya paints and weathered with Velia washes and pigments. So obviously, the section is what you have built last month, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Here you see a very, very nice build from Chris. Obviously, did the interior fully as well and took a photo. Even 5 years ago, the sun was shining. The sun is always shining. Very, very cool indeed. Right, then we have Dan Krog. Get ready. Here we go. The 172s are starting already. Italieri 172 F4C Phantom 2, Captain Robin Olds. Built straight from the box, primed in UMP black paints from Vallejo Model USAF Southeast Asian set. Various alclad metallics for the exhaust, weathered with ammo, MIG washes, UMP clay washes, and ammo shaders. One of my favorite planes, together with the Starfighter of the afterwar era, is the Phantom indeed. I like it a lot.
Very good that time. Yeah, it's very good.
Very cool.
I likes it a lot.
I like it too.
You like a Phantom.
I like it too. Then another one from Dan is the Rebel 125 Corvette C5R Law 20.
God, I should have said Le Mans 2001.
It's a Law.
Yeah.
Primed in UMP grey, zero paints, xenon blue, gravity Spain 2K, good hand sanding sponges, Maguire polishing compounds, carbon fiber from Tamiya for some parts like the splitter and diffuser. Wheels are in alclad steel. That looks very cool. That came out very nice, Dan.
Oh, well, it come out well that in the end, didn't it?
Good.
Very nice, really cool.
Really sharp.
Like that a lot. Like that a lot.
You're getting good at these cars, mate.
He is not too bad. And then we have something from Dan Krog. That's good. We haven't stuff from him in a while. A short run injection kit built from the box. Interior and cockpit painted primarily in Mitsubishi interior green from AK. Externals in alclad airframe silver with dark green from AK Air's IGN set. Seemed the closest match I had. The green was hand painted using the H&S Infinity 0.15. Well, now, was it hand painted or was it airbrushed?
Yeah, freehand.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
So it's free-handed with your airbrush.
That's
Okay.
the one. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Weathered with a mix of ammo washers and UMP pigments. That came out very nicely. I love that.
This looks really good.
Very good. Very cool. An Otsu. You don't see an Otsu very often. Very cool.
No. See later ones a lot, but yeah.
Mark Runciman comes in with something different. Evening. This was a quick build taking just 8 days. Well, in 8 days, PJ builds a whole diorama. Anyway, it's a Rebel 132 glider, primed in Mr. Hobby Pink, then Tamiya White. The interior was painted using a mix of AK and Tamiya paints. Wingspan is over 600 millimeters, making painting in the spray booth tricky. I would think so. Turned out pretty well. Well, I think it did, and it's a very interesting subject. and I do like it.
Oh, it's very cool looking, isn't it?
Is that a two-seater?
Yes, most gliders are. I mean, he did have a couple of problems with that, but he's he brought it home and it looks really good.
Yeah.
It's just the thing, you have to hang it from the ceiling or something because, geez, it's huge.
Hmm.
600 millimeters. Oh, wait, there's another shot here. Yeah, here you can see the interior a little bit better. Yeah, it's very cool. Nice one, Mark. Love it.
That's good.
We have Peter Milgate.
Has he finished something?
It's hard to believe, but here it is.
Wow.
Completed just after last month's show, I present my Model Factory Hero 112 Propulsion Kit Ferrari F2003 GA as driven by Michael Schumacher at the Italian Grand Prix. Mr. Surface is black and pink, covered in zero paints color matched paint, topped with super clear UV cut clear coat. Lovely build that I'm very pleased with. And this content isn't available right now. How's that? So
He banned you.
he banned me.
Oh, why's
I
that?
understand. I
That's-
understand. Let's just refresh the whole thing.
I was wondering if he's got his privacy settings set on his thing. Let me see if I can see it because I'm his friend. Bear with me.
What? We're not.
Here we go. There we
Ah,
are.
we go. He's got it's working now. Yeah.
Yes. Here we go.
That's come out nice, hasn't it?
Very
Yes.
nice. Very nice.
Uh,
Very nice car as well.
He's done a good job on that. Really has.
Really. Yeah, every time I think, all right, I have my candidate now, which I vote for, then I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool. Love that, Peter.
Yeah, some good
I
pictures
love
in there as well.
steering
Actually, I
wheel.
like them.
Yeah. Oh, very cool. Lovely, lovely build. And I think that's it for tonight. So what
Yeah.
will happen now? Alan will give you the sign in the chat to tell you when you can vote. As soon as he does that, I will go over all the models here quickly, just as a rundown. And then you can give your vote and tell us, please tell us not only the plane, but give us, who built it and what is the model. Some guys have 2 or 3 models in there, so we give the vote to the right one. Thank you very much, Alan.
And you ready, Roland?
All right. And we start off with Ian 5. He built the FX Spitfire MK14. Then after Ian, we had Festa or Colin Wilkinson with the Valentino Rossi trio bike builds, and the kit one was the 112 Tamiya Suzuki RGB 500. The next one was kit number 2, which was the 112 Tamiya Honda NSR 500 Nastro Azzurro, as driven by Valentino Rossi. And the third one, the triumvirate, was the 112 Tamiya Ducati Panigale 1199S, driven by Luca Marini. Right, then we have Richie Lamb, who also had a bike in this week, only his third attempt. It is the Tamiya Suzuki RGB in 112. Right, then we have a Messerschmitt 109 in 172 from Scale Effect. Next one is Brendan. He is in with his Lamborghini Jota from the fine folks over at Hasegawa. Next one is Paul Shepland with the diorama with the Rebel Volkswagen T3 camper. Memorial to Hobby Barn. Then we have David Lefebvre with his 135 scale Panhard in German service in the Eastern Front. Let's see if I can show that to you quickly. Here you go. Right. Then we have Steve Spencer-Beanie. He is in with the Meng 148 F35A. Went through the wars as they are supposed to do, still came out. Great. Next one is Jamie Rock. He's here with his Tamiya Toyota Supra GR in 124. Next one is Sam Lodge with the Tamiya Tyrrell P34. Next one is Richie Farmer. He is in with his 1.9 Italieri Triumph 3HW. Next one is Chris Stover with a Trumpeter 116 King Tiger, which he finished a couple of years ago. Next one is Dan Crook with the Italieri 172 F4C Phantom 2. It's flown by Captain Robbie Oles. And also from Dan is Revell 125 Corvette C5R Le Mans 2001. Next one from Dan was the very seldomly built Otsu. It's an RS Models 172 KI61. Then we have Mark Runciman. He built the Rebel 132 glider with a wingspan of 600 millimeters. And then last, but certainly not least, our friend Peter Milgate, who presents the Motor Factory Hero 112 Ferrari F2003 GA, the Michael Schumacher version. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was that. Some fantastic builds here.
Yeah, some very good stuff again. Very, I say some, all, isn't it?
Yeah,
all
they
of
were,
them.
They're
I
all
didn't
worthy
see a
winners,
bad
aren't
one. I didn't see a bad one.
they? They're all worthy winners. I'm looking at, yeah, I've got a choice of two for myself, but I'll come to that in a minute. So go on then, PJ.
Or just do me first.
Yeah, because you're top left.
Oh, okay. Honourable mentions go to Peter Milgate, my mate Fester. I loved his trio bikes, I really did.
Yeah.
Absolutely superb builds. And another honourable mention to Paul Chaplins for his VW bus. But I'm going to go with Richard Farmer's Triumph.
Oakley Coakley, thank you. You're muted, but the Dan Cave, you are muted as well, Dan, just so you know.
I know. Oh, yeah, because I don't want to answer.
Oh, okay, that one is there.
Hang on, is that the phone going? Doorbell, quick. I honourable mention to everyone, I think, but
Yeah.
I'm going to go for Festa's RGB 500.
Yeah, that was a good choice of
For Rossi's dad, Graziano.
Yeah, good choice. Good choice. Roland.
Yeah, I'm just finished. I still have to catch myself. Well, I have the Ferrari was great from Peter Mulgate. I love that bike. I love that Italieri bike from Richie. Oh, fantastic, really fantastic, and it was my first choice. But in the end, because number one, it was memorable. Number two, because the rust was so convincing, and number three, it's just a brilliant builder. At least for these dioramas, it goes with Paul's Volkswagen T3.
Yep. Okay.
Yep. Good choice.
Yeah, I'm just catching up on all the other votes in there as well. Done that one. Okay then. Well, again, yeah, I mean, I've got to give a shout out to Colin and his three bikes. They're all excellent, really are. Again, Peter and his Ferrari, outstanding work, Peter. Dan, the two planes,
Yeah, great builds.
I really like the planes. The Phantom, I do like. I'll be honest,
I love the Phantom. Yeah, it looked very good.
As most people have, looks like they've voted anyway. Richard Farmer's Triumph, absolutely, epic build by looks. I think it looked really nice. But because of the subject and the way it's done and things, my vote this month is going to go to Paul Chaplin and his VW T3 camper.
Yeah, good call.
Memorial build, but also the weathering on that and the rust effects and that are just awesome, So brilliant. Paul is going to get my vote this month for that one.
Good chair.
And let's have a look. Couple more votes coming in.
Voted for Richard's Triumph.
Yeah. So we're going to call it there. No more votes there then. on that. So clicking in there, that's that sorted. Bit of math. Not that it needs much math.
Mhm.
So we've got a very clear winner this month.
I thought so.
And then we've got a tie on second and then a third. So in third place, because we're going to have 2 seconds, but in third place, we've got Dan with his Phantom.
All right. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
cool.
no surprises there. Very good build.
Cool.
Joint second place, we've got Paul Shapland with his VW T3 camper,
Oh,
which is well deserved, and Peter
Yeah.
Millgate with his Ferrari 2003, which is also well deserved.
Yeah.
But this month's winner, by quite a large margin, I must say, is
It's a
Mr.
bike.
Richard Farmer with his Triumph, and it's
excellent.
very well
Excellent.
deserved. You know,
No surprises there. Excellent build. Excellent build.
All of them were
Yeah.
high standard again tonight.
Oh, fantastic. Guys, I'm very jealous.
yeah,
But
thank
yeah,
you for posting the
fantastic.
work.
Right. PJ,
Yes,
you and
mate.
Alan came up with this when we saw the post of a model which has been built a couple of years ago.
Yeah, Christover's. Yeah,
Maybe you guys in the comments can maybe put out your opinions on that. But I thought it's not a bad idea. PJ, over to you.
Christover dropped in a 5-year-old build. We don't encourage that in this particular section. These are supposed to be builds you finish this month, not 5 years ago, but we let it ride for tonight. But it sparked an idea. So we're probably for next month, we're going to introduce a new section, yet to be named, where we're going to ask you for one photograph, just one photograph only, please.
One model, wasn't it? One model.
Okay. Well, one photograph, same rules, same rules of everything, of one model that you've built in the past. Okay.
Sort of a throwback section to models you previously built to bring them back to the forefront, if you like.
Yeah.
Let's call it models of yesteryear.
Yesteryear models, yeah.
Models of yesteryear. I like that.
Yeah. So we'll
We will
introduce
come up with a catchy name. We are very well known for our catchy names.
Yep.
I suppose you could say the intent is it could be something you're proud of, could be something you're now embarrassed by,
Yeah.
could be a
Whatever.
story behind it, it could be just a little bit of history for you and your
Yeah, but it's
on a hobby.
I think because we've all built lots of models over the years. Okay.
Yes.
Let's also have the rule of it's per month. It's only one entry per person.
Yes.
Okay. Let's not have like 6 from Dan and 9 from me and so on and so forth.
Everybody gets their whole display cabinet out. That's of course
Yeah, exactly. So it's just one entrance per person, maximum of 2 photographs. And
Yeah,
we'll
make it a monthly thing. Is it like a throwback, or I suppose the models of yesteryear.
I'd say a brief description if you can remember how you built it. Yeah, it might have been some time ago. But yeah, we'll do that. So, Roland, back to you.
Fantastic. Just going to put the Hangout link in here.
Okay.
Because somebody asked for it.
Dan, is there any chat to be caught upon?
I shall
we
go have a look.
Yeah, please do.
Let's go quite a way up. Random Blue says I'm scaling details on Facebook. It'll be up soon, just outside of Bristol.
Awesome.
Rob says thanks for the Alpha and KMP info. Chunk has just woken up. Excellent.
Excellent.
What's a good thing or a bad thing?
With us. Plastic Monkey is with us. Evening, guys. Hey, Paul.
Hi, Paul.
Yeah, Dominic saying, yeah, Hobby Barn, I know who it is. Terry Senior, fabulous modeler and a saint within the modeling community. Time for every modeler, old or new. Sorry, Dale said that. Dominique says, yeah, that's exactly it. Random Blue is trying to offer test of a trans kit. Make Eddie Skyline from the original Need for Speed. Yeah, we try not to allow people to do promotions, but yeah, if people find your page and you're offering it, it's up to them. But we try not to do promotions or sales or anything like that, because if we do it for you, we have to do it for everyone. So, so we don't. Peter says, show some appreciation for your host, folks, and put your thumbs up. There we go.
Thank you, Peter.
As Dominique says, Terry also knew all the real names behind your YouTube name. Digsby says, tough choice again tonight. Jeff Lights in, say, good evening, guys. Sorry for being late. Good evening,
Hi, Jeff. Hi, Maggie.
Good to have you.
Shell says he's shouting at the screen. Yes, it's a 2-seater, and yes, oh, that's the glider.
Yeah, the glider. Yeah.
Then there's votes coming in, lots of votes. Craig Stadia says, I forgot to post my Tamiya Skyline.
Next week, next time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
next month, mate. Next month.
Yeah. Even though we know you finished it this month, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Rob1970 says, lots of great builds. Congrats to everyone who showed their builds. Yes, very much so. Peter also says, well done, all beautiful work by everyone. Then PJ has dropped in a link for Philip's stream on Tuesday at 8 p.m. UK time, primetime modeling.
It allows us to advertise on his channel, so we're reciprocating.
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun. I really care.
And also a link for Colin Festa channel for Colin and Fox at midnight tonight UK time.
Yep, good show. Come and join.
Yep. Yeah, Random Blue says that was some of the best rust I've seen, to be fair. Dale says with tough choice. Michelle says good work all. Congrats for Richard. Congrats everyone from Junk. Well done everyone from Mike. Andy says great builds everyone. Please mention the clubhouse game. Clubhouse, there's a clubhouse. Yes. Yes, Roland has posted a link down below. Obviously you won't be able to come in until we're off air, but feel free to join us. Peter says, gorgeous work, Richard. Lots of effort put into the changes on that kit. Lovely. Rolf says, why not run a special section like oldest model car plane still in the cabinet? Yeah, but I think that's essentially what the section can be. So I think it's up to you individually. Like if you want to show us your oldest kit, obviously not a war and peace for everyone, but a quick paragraph just to say what it is, what it's about, how you built it, why you posted it. And we'll see how we get on. Jeff says, well done, Richard. James Mead says, PJ, stick a link in for Scale Fanatics. Good
already done at the bottom.
He's already done it.
Already done it. Shane says, PJ will be posting still frames of kits from the 40s.
Go off people, Shane.
And whittled from wood, probably.
Yes, you go off people, Shane.
Yeah. Pete Millgate says, ooh, after show party. Yeah, something like that.
Possibly.
Suggestions for names, models of yesteryear, back in the day builds from Dale. Jamie says, great show, guys. We're not gone yet. Getting rid of us.
Yeah, thanks, Jamie.
Random Blue says, I'm sorry, guys. No, don't apologize. It's just, we have to try and be fair to everyone. So, but if you get your page up and running, then we don't mind kind of helping people go to your page, and then if you want to offer them stuff via your page, that's fine. Just don't do it on directly on our Scale Fanatics show. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's not a problem. Cube Jam's in. It's okay. You can carry on. I have arrived late. Right, let's start again. Cube Jam's here.
Start the whole stream again.
Here we go. Right. Welcome, everybody.
Then Michelle says the old model build page would be good to show progress. Yeah, and then a link from Alan for Scale Fanatics. And I think the batteries in my mouse have died.
Yeah.
Did you miss Panzer's comment? Why not call the section Golden Oldies and definitely?
Oh, sorry. Yes, I did. Sorry. Yeah, my mouse was jumping around. I couldn't quite scroll properly. So.
Yeah, that was very funny.
I need to go find some fresh batteries. I think. Yes, my little green light is flashing.
What flavour do you need, Dan? I have some here.
All right, just pop it up.
A single AA battery, please.
Oh, there we go, buddy.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, got it. sorted.
Right, and this is certainly the end of the show. Things getting weird now.
Yes.
Oh,
Way.
getting weird now.
A weirder.
I think that's weird. Miles back on the.
Thanks very much for everybody for popping in. We really do appreciate that. You were a fantastic bunch tonight. Good to have you all here in the chat. Thank you for the participation. Thank you for everybody who put their stuff in the sections, especially the What Have You Finished section was prop full with fantastic models. Really, really thank
Absolutely.
you for sharing that and we having the privilege to show it around. Thanks very much, guys. Have a lovely evening and we see you again first Friday next month. Cheers.
Yes, guys. Have a great
Great
weekend.
weekend. Bye.
Bye all.
Bye.